Hello and welcome back to Bethany Between the Pages. This is my second YouTube video, so if you're new here, I am in the process of learning a little bit more about editing and things like that. I'm not the greatest at all with technology, so if you have a YouTube channel and you'd like to leave any helpful information in the comments, please do not assume that I know, because I probably don't. I would take any advice that I can get. I'm not looking for professional quality videos, but just learning how to add a few things with editing here and there. I did download CapCut yesterday, so I'm kind of inching my way towards or through that, trying to figure that app out. And that'll be fun, what a challenge. So for today, I wanted to start out with a couple of fun facts about me. I talked a little bit about myself in the last video. The angle was a little bit different in the last video. You could see a tree in the background, and I had some comments about, why do you have a Christmas tree app? Well, I did put it up for Christmas, but it is pink and white, so I figured it could pass like for all year round. Who doesn't love pink all year round? Pink, you know? So a fun fact about me would be that I do love Christmas. If you ask me on any day, I probably know how many days there are till next Christmas, and there are 231 until next Christmas. If you asked how many Christmas trees that I have, I was actually trying to figure that out yesterday. We took them down. I did donate 1 or 2. I think I'll have about 5 trees to put up next year, but I am on the hunt for a new big tree, like our main tree. So with that being said, I love Christmas. My favorite colors are red and green. I just love red and green, but also they just happen to be Christmas colors. In fact, for my 40th birthday, which has been a little while ago, my friend and some ladies at church surprised me. My birthday's in July, and they surprised me with a Christmas-themed birthday party. And my favorite food is also ice cream. So I walked in, and everything was red and green, and it said Merry Birthday, and there was an ice cream buffet, and they were playing Christmas music when I walked in, and it was just the best. It was perfect for me. So I loved that. One thing I wanted to talk about before I jump into a book haul is that I have been in contact with 2 independently published authors. One, I'm going to try to say her name correctly. I wrote her today, and she tried to explain it, but her name is Addison Crisson, kind of like croissant, but Crisson, and that's Crissone. If I had a book of hers to show you, I would hold it up. I don't. They're in my Amazon cart. She is very, very young. I want to say that she is 19 or 20, and she has written her 3rd book that releases in July. If you are interested in a link to that book, I can send that to you. Maybe post it in the comments, but it's for pre-order in July. And her first 2 are, let me see, I wrote that down. Her first one is called The Yellow Badge, and that was published in 2024. Then she came out with After the Badge in 2025. Those are both World War II, as I said. And then this new one is called Birdie's Song, and that comes out in July, and that is about the Civil War. So historical fiction, which is my favorite. I'm excited to just give a shout out to her, and her books sounded really good, had really good reviews. Not many reviews, because she is not quite as well known, I guess, but I believe that her first book, After or The Yellow Badge, was a Christie Award finalist. So I'm excited to get those in the mail, and next time we make an Amazon order, I will order those and read them and review them for you, and hopefully get a little more attention for her books. They sound amazing. And also, she was a homeschooler, and I was also a homeschooler, so that was just a fun little connection. She's very sweet. So this past weekend we had a little beach getaway, and any kind of getaway for me has to include coffee and a used bookstore and a thrift store, and I was very happy to have all three and also squeeze in some time at the beach for some reading. We had a wonderful time, and we went to, I think, 5 different stores, so I wanted to share some of the things that I found. There were 2 different stores where I bought books, and one of them was a used bookstore. All of the books were $2, and then one particular thrift store was, all the books were only $1. And I've got them mixed up, so I can't remember which ones were 2. Some of them I can, but some of them were 2, some of them were 1, all very inexpensive. And I was excited to find those. And also I have to give a disclaimer, I have not read all of these. Well, if I had, I probably wouldn't have bought them. But as far as content, there are Christian fiction, so I'm assuming they're clean, but I don't want to just tell you that they're okay before I read them and can give you more information about them. They're all Christian fiction with the exception of one. One is a classic. I'll go ahead and show you that first. And as I said in my last video, I believe, I've recently fallen back in love with reading. I was always a book collector. My husband loves to read. I love to find good books and put them on my shelf, but then a lot of times they would sit there. And that kind of, I also mentioned in our last video about our disrupted adoption, it kind of for me depended on the season of life, and I just had gotten away from reading, but just jumped back in several months ago. And so when you see a lot of these books on my shelf, some people have asked, have you read all those? No, I haven't, but I am working on it. And I do want to say this is a little embarrassing. This book, this first one, is so cute. It is Pride and Prejudice, a classic. Have I read any Jane Austen? No. I am one of those that's a little intimidated, but this book was so cute, and maybe this will actually get me to jump into this book. And my sister is ashamed of me because I have not read. I've watched the movies. I love the movies, but this year, I think this will be the year. This just looks like a beautiful spring summer book. But this, I do remember, was only $1. So that was really fun, really good condition too. A fun find for $1. I'll put these down here and hopefully they don't fall over. Okay, this one is just a little beat up, but I didn't mind too much. It was $2. This is a Karen Witemeyer book. I have not read Karen Witemeyer yet. But I've heard good things. I will let you know. This is If the Boot Fits, and cute cover. It's got a little bit of some stuff going on here, but for $2 I was able to take that out of one of my online carts. I believe it was like $14, so that saved some money. You know, spend $2, save $12. Let's see. I got one of these Tea Room Mysteries, and I believe I already have 2 that I got at a dollar book sale a while ago. But this is a Tea Room Mystery. Do you see what I see? Reminds me of a Christmas song. Anyway, so that was cute. And then I'll go ahead and hold these all up together. There are 5 of them. They are Savannah Secrets. If you can see the bindings right there. Just cute hardback books. Forever and a Day, Resurrecting Trouble, Facing the Facts, A Puzzle of Pearls, and Buried Secrets. I have not read any of these authors except for Gabriel Meyer. No, I have not read the Timeless series. That's on my TBR, but I do have books 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 1 through 6 over there. I think she just came out with number 7. A lot of my friends are reading that right now. And so I'm a little behind. But I've read, I believe it was a novella of hers, and I enjoyed it. So I figured that would be a safe buy. And then I got this complete trilogy. I have a different trilogy by Misty Beller that I read a little bit more about, researched a little more. I don't know much about this one, but it was really neat to find a whole trilogy for $6. This is Rocky Mountain Rendezvous, Rocky Mountain Promise, and Rocky Mountain Journey. So those are cute. Okay. Have you ever bought a book at a thrift store or a used bookstore and you already have it, but you felt like you just couldn't leave it behind because it was in great condition? It's a beautiful... Anyway, maybe I'll include this in a giveaway. I mentioned doing a giveaway at 250 subscribers. I might put a few books together. Look out for some books that I already have. But this is Amy Lynn Green. Last name Green, dresses green. I love green. It's a pretty cover. And then this, Lynette Eason. I have read a novella of hers and I really enjoyed it. This is When a Heart Stops. This is a Christian suspense book. Unfortunately, this is book 2 of a trilogy, but fortunately that just means I need to buy book 1 and 3, so more books for the collection. And then Trace of Doubt by Diane Mills. I have not read Diane Mills, but I think she's kind of similar to Lynette Eason. It sounded good. I think there's one other book that goes with this. It's also endorsed by Lynn H. Blackburn and Jeanette, I believe I mentioned her last video, from Jane Reads. She loves Lynn H. Blackburn, so I figured that was, if she endorsed it, that's a good find. Oh, before I finish with the haul, I wanted to mention that I did in fact count my books. I had a number, but then I added this book haul from our trip. So I currently have 1,096 books. So yes, over 1,000. I just wanted to make sure I hadn't fibbed to you. So I have over 1,000 books and we're still going. The fun is still happening. So this duology by Christy Cambron. This was my first time to read Christy Cambron several months ago. It was The Butterfly and the Violin and A Sparrow in Terrazin. Now, I had ordered these books from thriftbooks.com, and it was one of those things, I hadn't had this happen before, but they came in and they just looked gross. I still wanted to read them, but I told my husband every time I read them, I washed my hands when I was done reading them because they just looked disgusting. And so I donated them. Well, I found them at the used bookstore for $2 each, so I bought them just to have them. I would probably reread them again. Very good World War II fiction. I like a lot of World War II fiction. All right, 3 more. I have never read Melissa Tagg, but I've heard some good things about one of her series. There's water on the covers. I can't remember what it's called, but this is from it says it's a Walker family novel. I don't know anything about this, but this one for some reason was 50 cents. I hope that's not a bad thing. But 50 cents, I'm going to give that a try and I will let you know. And then I've seen a lot of talk lately about proper romances. So if you see this, proper romance, supposedly these are clean fiction. There's nothing, no faith elements. They're not Christian, but you're not going to find anything inappropriate in here. Supposedly they're more like Regency novels. So I don't know anything about this one, but it was only $1. It's pretty. And after I read Pride and Prejudice, I just might want all that Regency type stuff. Okay. And then the last one, Julie Klassen. On Devonshire shores. That's hard to say. This is book 1. So I've already added book 2 and 3 to the cart, one of my carts online. So I'm excited to read this one. I just heard good things about this one today on a video. I can't remember who it was that was talking about it, but I just love when a book is pretty, and it also, this one just feels nice, but I'm excited to read that one. So that is my book haul. This video is already considerably longer than the last one. That's what happens. I'm nervous to start and then I just get chatty. I have some ideas for the next video, but if you have any suggestions, if you want to tag me, there's a lot of book different tags going around if you want to tag me. If you have comments for what you'd like to see next, any questions, I will try to get back to those comments soon. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you will stick around for the next video, hopefully next weekend. Thank you. Bye.